Okay, ready or not, we're starting. Otherwise, some internet people will grumble at me for, not editing this down. Cześć, siema. Jak leci? Adi here, and yeah, we're doing a big dive today into Japanese rations. This is a lot of stuff, not just one, because I want to show you different things you could have gotten over the years. They're not all used right now, but yeah. One word of explanation. From what I know, I might be wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong. Educate yourself too. Japan doesn't have army as such. They have self-defense force, which is mostly deployed during emergencies and to self-defense and not to do any wars. I think they're forbidden by some international contracts after Second World War. As I said, don't learn your history from me, I might be wrong. But what we have here today is... Okay, and as such, since they don't really do, wars and stuff, don't liberate and provide freedom to countries, rations are mainly used in case of emergencies, earthquakes, tsunamis. So this is what this is. God, I'm so disjointed today. This will be rumbly, please forgive. So first up, we have the old style cans. These were actually called emergency. Wait, I come prepared today a little bit, not too much, but a little bit. Here, ration for emergencies, they call them, or Miri-Meshi, which is canned meal. And these two actually don't come together. You can see they're a bit aged. No idea about the production date. There are codes on them, but this morning I couldn't find the way to, interpret the numbers. Both are around 350 grams. Both are rice-based, and as I said, they're not part of the same pack, the same ration. Rather, you would have one of them, and then 2 or 3 smaller cans of extra protein, with vegetables, with pickles, with fish maybe. So yeah, two separate meals, and this one is gomoku meshi. It's like gomoku meal, gomoku rice. Basically, what I read, it's rice boiled in stock with 5 vegetables added in. So this is that, gomoku meshi. And actually, let's check what it came with. So with this, you'd have 2 extra cans, one with beef soy sauce. I can't speak today. Beef soy sauce flavor, and smaller can with yellow pickled radish. So that would be a complete meal. And this is tori meshi, so chicken meal or chicken boiled rice. And again, 2 extra cans would go with it. One with beef and vegetables, and another again with yellow pickled radish. I don't know why the seller only had this on offer, but they're a bit difficult to get anyway, so I decided to just grab what I can. One, because as you can tell, they're older, so no longer in use in this form, but also they weigh a bit, so shipping from Japan is crazy. So this would get before. Hello, Xenolite. Over time, they moved to this sort of packaging. Rice which can you easily stick into microwave and stuff like that. 2 of them, this one we already had before, but I figured why not? Let's do it again. This is basically pork with amakara sauce. which is like a basic style of cooking in Japan. It's a sauce based on soy sauce and sugar. So we get some pork with that, and then we have some rice to accompany it, all in this package. It's actually not that old. It was made September 2019, and these are good for a year to September 2020. This had 3 years date, but again, no idea on the dates. Obviously they're out of term, but since they're still bulging, the cans don't look compromised, I'm going to go for it. So pork with amakara sauce, and the other one is Nagasaki style braised pork. Again, pork. This one will be more similar to, I believe, Chinese red sauce. I think that's what I read. And again, we'll have some rice and some extra stuff to go with. So these are like regular rations that were acquired by JSDF and distributed in case of emergencies. This is a new thing. From what I know, from what I understand, they're also made for JSDF, but I think they will go if they get released for like a general public. They will be very popular among civilians. They're basically rice sticks. Oh, sorry. And so I don't mix it up. I wrote what they are. This is actually rice stick or stick rice, and the flavor you can say is pirafu, which is like fried rice and veg. And the other one is actually stick okazu. Okazu is Japanese side dish. So like you have your meal, you have your rice, and you have okazu, everything that goes with rice. So this is stick okazu, and the flavor, the meal kind is krokke, which is potato croquettes. We have something similar in Poland actually, so this will be fun to try. I believe you could warm this up, but I'm going to try them cold. Again, these are just from last few years. And while I tried the doughs, cans, and the pouches, I never had the sticks before. There is a date on the back. I believe it's August 2022, which I think would be expiration date, because I definitely didn't get them last year. So we assume they're a little bit past the best before. What I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the cans into a pot of water, put it to boil. For this, I actually have something super to warm them up in a bit. And rice sticks will go cold. So give me a minute to throw this into a pot of water. And forgive that I can't speak today. Don't know what's going on. I'm returned. It's okay, let's put those to the side for now. Um, first up, the amakare pork. There's a lovely little turn notch here. Just tear it open. And yes, that's all that's inside the pack. Do not eat. You have 2 packs of microwave rice. I don't have a microwave, so we'll have to warm it another way. It's 200 gram pack of rice. You actually have instructions that say either 2 minutes, minute and a half, 2 minutes in microwave, or 40 minutes in boiling water. And you do not want to undercook it, so to say. It's cooked through, but the texture won't be very nice if you underheat it. We got the lovely pork, and then the porky amakare sauce, and that's it. Bare bones, just the nutrition you need. No snacks, no drinks included, nothing. There are emergency rations, like actually prepared for emergencies for civilians, you know, to keep on hand if you need them, which include canned water, I think, and stuff. Didn't manage to get them yet, but this is not it. This is just, you know, bare bones basics. And then the Nagasaki braised pork. This is, you see, this was just put in the bag, just sealed, nothing special. This one is vacuum sealed. I think here's the notch. And you'll know the reason for the vacuum in a minute. Okay, put it to the side. Again, we get a spork. My camera can't seem to focus today for some reason. Okay, so we get 2 packs of rice, gohan meshi. Different packaging too, for some reason. This would be our main, the pork, Nagasaki style braised pork, and then we get some dried seaweed to accompany the rice, to accompany the main, the kazu. I guess also as a snack, I think. Yeah, that's what we get. As I said, this is rations. I don't need 800 grams of rice, almost a kilo of rice. So I'm going with one of these, I think. I had this one before. I don't believe there's any difference, but hopefully this will be better to, you know, warm up. This goes to the side, will get consumed eventually. I think it's actually nice. You know, for people like me who just explore them for fun, I can just grab a pack of rice when I go to the office and warm it in my microwave. So our mains, let's hope I remember which is which. Utensils, rice and seaweed. Now what I want to show you, if you're kind of watching me from way before, we did that before. Japanese FRH, which is a beast. Like, this is the pack. It calls for 200 ml of water, actually. And it actually is funny because you'd get a bag, either what looks like the regular emery bag, or this sort of trash baggy looking one. And these are reusable. Okay, these are reusable. You just get issued new heating pad. I think I done this one before in the past. It should be somewhere on my YouTube. I do not recommend because the quality I heard is atrocious. but let's try this one. Okay, it's open. Put the pad on the bottom. Okay. Okay. Pop a big buggy of whatever's inside. Let's put that in. Let's put the rice on top. Oops. Nope. It does not want to go on top. Okay, that's how we'll do it. I actually don't mind this being a little bit underheated, but the rice needs a lot of heat. So. Okay, this will do, and we add a bottle of water to that. The pad said 200 ml, so quite a lot actually. I want to grab some kind of glass for that. So compared to Western, let's say, FRHs, which take like 50 to 100 ml of water, maybe 200 ml, that's a lot. But I'm trying to. I hope it has some kind of clip on hand. But doesn't appear to be the case. Let's fold it. Try to get the water into the pad. Yeah, it's working already, and by the amount of steam you can see just how intense the reaction inside is. Can I fold it maybe a little bit more before we go on? Because I'd like to trap the steam. Okay, now what? This is where things like this come into this. Or is that wrong? Oops. Now I did a silly. Okay. It needs a little bit of room to let the steam out. I think this should work. I'd rather it not explode on me. Probably wouldn't, but you know, let's stay safe. Okay. Okay. Putting this to the side, obviously. And we let it do its thing for like 15 minutes or so. I did get a tray today. Oh, that's loud. I do get a tray today, just because. So, dried seaweed, which, as you remember, came with one of the Miri-Meshi meals. Oh, that's nice. It's absolutely lovely, gorgeous, and whatnot. So, okay, so we got 2 oxygen absorbers in. This clearly said do not desiccant and do not eat, not microwave, oxygen absorber. Okay, so we don't eat those. And there's some sort of seasoning to go on top of your seaweed. So, like, you're not expected to eat it on its own. Like, you know, to go with your rice and stuff, but let's just try. Wow. So the sheet's actually quite thick. You can bite. I mean, as they rehydrate your mouth, you actually have to bite for them. A really nice flavor. Like, this like sea and fish. But if you had crunch, they're perfectly dry. Before I'm done with this ration, even with the stream, they won't be as nice anymore because they will absorb moisture from the air. But straight from the pack, gorgeous. I'm really curious to try those. So this one is the pirafu, or you know, rice stick rice, piraf, which is fried rice with vegetables. Bit tricky to open. Whoops, there's rice flowing everywhere. I think they should have been warmed up too, because the rice does look a bit dry. This needs to be warmed through. Otherwise, it's the same dry, hard rice block as you get from the microwave rice. I'm going to pop into a kettle, just send it in. Should work through. This might work as it is though, so give me a moment. Okay, we'll see about that. There's more rice flowing everywhere. And the stick okazu. It's like a side dish. Kroka. Okay, this looks much nicer. Though still bit sus for food. I'm going to plop that into the kettle as well. It's fucking oily and dry. Tastes a bit funny. So let's hope some warmth will help it. I was curious. because it was very oily, not even fatty, oily. The flavor, bit sweet, bit savory, very dry though, just weird. I really hope warming it up will help it though. So also I'm going to grab the cans in a minute and probably can opener. Okay, here they are. Probably could have boiled or warmed through a little bit longer, but that's what you get. Like, some countries have rations with all the extra sides that you can go through while your main is warming up. This one's not, it's just the basic nutrition that you need and no extras. Okay, so Miri-Meshi, so chicken rice first. Chicken meal. Okay, with my... Okay, this will do. Okay, that's some thick metal can. Little bit more. Okay, I want to leave the last bit attached as a handle of sorts. So grab the spoke. It's a bit different actually. Let's try this one. Smells chickeny. It's hot though, so I will need a little help here because we all know Adi is heat sensitive. You know what? Let's leave it in the can. Let's just leave it in the can because I will need to move it somewhere else after anyway. It looks a bit dry on top. Again, might be because it could have used a bit more boiling time. I don't understand the physics or chemistry behind this kind of rice. It's like, it's not undercooked, but if you don't warm it enough, it's very dry. And then somehow just boiling it releases the moisture from somewhere. So it's if someone can teach me on the physics or chemistry of that, I would be very grateful. Okay, so the gomoku rice. So rice with 5 veg. Okay. I think we'll give the other ration a little bit more time. Let's check it out. So yeah, it definitely could have used more time in the pot. Like the top, I had them sideways in a pot, so the bottom where they actually submerged and boiling. Stirring, I can feel it's nice and soft, but the top is completely crusted. So Miri-Meshi, chicken rice, chicken meal, boiled rice with chicken. It smells chickeny. It's quite plain actually. Like it does smell like chicken, like home chicken, home prepared chicken. Um, but flavor-wise, there's not much there. It's like it could use a little bit of extra salt or something. Rice is unfortunately quite gummy, I think, is the word for it. And the meat, tiny little chunks of chicken are very dry. I think it's dark meat. Mm. Mm. On its own, it's a bit boring. But again, this would come with 2 extra cans with pickles, among other stuff, so that would work very nicely together. And the gomoku rice, gomoku meshi, let's just dig deep inside, and then leave the dry layer. Okay, from this side probably. One thing you can see is probably what you wouldn't see if this was a Western ration, and all the rice grains are separate. They're not like a completely mushy, but there's a little bit of weird chewiness to them. So gomoku meshi, which is rice boiled in stock with veg, and I think there are bits of meat as well here. So the description of gomoku meshi, gomoku rice, I found on the internet, says it's rice boiled in dashi stock. Yeah, definitely there's something fishy going on there. Not in a bad way. It's definitely seafoody kind of flavor to it. And then you got the veggie beans that don't really add much, I think. They mostly add a little bit of textural difference. There's some off flavor. Really wish I knew what those 5 veg are. Because this one is just, it's not bad, okay? It didn't go bad, That's just flavor of that veg that doesn't sit well with me. I'm a complaint. I'm a complaint to whoever will listen. Okay, let's try the okazu. As you can imagine, my pot isn't deep enough for sticks of this length. We'll need some extra space here. So the bottom was... it's hot. The bottom was submerged in water, so it's properly hot and soft and warm through, whereas the top is still a bit dry and cold. That's a curious aroma. Obviously, if it was still warm through completely, I could just eat it in a stick form. I took it out to get to the bottom, which is like the warmest bit. The inside doesn't look too appealing. So, croquette, potato croquettes. Basically, just take mashed potatoes, put them in the croquette form. You can add some stuff inside to add extra bite, extra flavor, and you deep fry them. And this is everything that can go wrong with croquette. It's kind of mushy, but also kind of gummy. It's very, very oily, and because it's not fresh fried. It's from a package. It's just there's no crunch on the outside. It's just so very sad. Like I would probably mix it with rice to eat it because on its own it's just gross. Let's hope the rice stick rice will do better. And yeah, I'm aware I have some connection issues today, but there's nothing I can do about it. So if we miss beats, hopefully they will be able to it will be saved on the VOD. So the pirafu, look, the bottom is just hard, dry rice thing, rice block. Let's break it. But when you get to the bottom, to the part that were actually warmed through in hot water, it's completely different texture. You could just bite it off the stick then. Try it like this. Again, not much, just rice and veggies. Nothing to write home about. Quite nice. The rice actually have similar texture, all those dishes. I think flavor-wise, that's my least favorite between the cans and the stick so far. I'll be honest, I was quite excited to try the sticks. And I'm not a fan so far. Like, they're quite long, so you have to find a way to warm them up. Given that the wrappers are lined with aluminum, you shouldn't put them in microwave, so you need a deep or long pot of water. because cold they're inedible, too dry, too hard. But even warm they're not the nicest. So maybe different like menus, different combos. There are bits of veggies, you can see them easily and recognize that there's like a bell pepper and peas, but they're just not that appealing, I'll be honest. Okay, do we move that again? I think so. I need that extra space. And so it seemed that there's still a lot of hot inside this. And so it would seem that probably the mains, like the pouches from these kinds of ration, are the best. See if we can open the rice. Doing the knife for that. Yeah. Funny enough, we have silica packet inside this. Like, why? Shut up, kettle, we don't need you anymore. That wasn't me, that was the F4H. If you wonder about that whine or sound. Okay, there's still some rice in it, but I'll scrub it out later. It looks nice. Obviously not as nice as fresh cooked rice, but it'll do. Just plain rice. Shh. It's making a lot of sound still. That's really not me. I don't know if my mic can pick it up, but it's making some very curious sounds. Pork. Okay, so this is the amakara sauce, because I recognize the name from the main bag. Oh, jeez. It was like the average. Poki amakara sauce, which, as you remember, is the basic kind of sauce, soy sauce and sugar combo. Can I fit it all in here? Not all. There's still. Let's put the rest of it here. Oh, the smell is quite. Did I mix them up? The smell is quite strong, actually. Yep. And this will be the Nagasaki style braised pork. Okay, finally something I can open without trouble. soon, Andy, too soon. When will you learn? Okay, let's open. Oh, that's meaty. Let's pour a little bit here and nice gelatinous looking sauce, really thick. Okay, just so you can see a bit better. Will you shut up, please? So there's some. Whoops, we're going to have a flood here. I do not need flood on my desk, so careful. The tiny pieces of meat here, some fat too. Let's try it with rice. Itadakimasu. I think you could have used a little bit of, a bit more of warming through. Okay, I need a tissue. Give me a moment. It's a very curious flavor. It's savory but a little bit sweet, and there is some spice to it too. There are tiny little bits of veggies mixed in. Spice just kicks in. Awesome. And it's kind of oily, but then mixed with rice, it's just it balances beautifully. There's so much flavor in that compared to the cans. On one hand, it can be because, you know, the cans, as I said, didn't run through completely. But on the other, the amount of flavor just packed in this sauce is ridiculous. And because this rice is separate, it didn't soak in all that flavor yet. It does that as you mix it in. Come here. And if you look at the meat, tiny little chunks of pork with fat, super glistening from the sauce. That's simple food. Sorry. That's simple food done right. Glorious. I said there is a little bit of spice to it. Like when you eat it, it mostly gets savory, it mostly gets sweet, and then the spice just builds and kicks in. Proper awesome food. And on the right side, we have Nagasaki-styled braised pork. So here you have sauce with all the stuff in it. This is just meat in sauce, and quite fatty meat too, pork belly, I believe. All the fat just makes for nice gelatinous sauce. Just try some pork on its own. As far as pork goes, it's quite tender. Okay, I need a little sip of water because just look at the sauce. It's just proper jelly. And yes, that's good. That's all the nutrition and its finest. Mm. So the sauce is sweeter than this one. I think I might have mixed up the packages. This being the Nagasaki style braised pork and the amakara. But this is just glorious. It's savory, but it's also sweet. And it's like there's not much more going on to tell you, like, oh, there's this layers of this and that flavor. No, it's sweet and savory, and that's it. But it's sweet and savory done right, and it just something's going on. I will mute for a second. Okay, I know who that was. Yeah, as I said, sweet savory, not much else going on, no layers, but you don't need layers if it's done as well as this. Mm. And patty fries, awesome. Okay, I'm going to give this one more to go. It's not how it's supposed to go, but bit better, but still not too exciting. That kind of makes me sad because in an idea, this is great idea. Rice stick with bits of meat and veg. You get a whole meal in a portable, easy to eat way on the go, but just execution just is not there. Execution is just not there. Come on, let's make a snack. Mm. Call me say, but I love this combo. Yeah, if I were to choose my favorite, it probably would be this red sauce. Close second, the other one. So these need a little bit more of warming through. Still, they're both quite oily, so not too pleasant. Again, they would come with pickles that would cut through that. So, all in all, trying to come up with some conclusion to wrap up the stream, but I think words are a bit hard today, at least smart words. So let me have a little bit more of that. That might be flavor overload, but I don't care. That actually works really nice together. And yeah, while the flavor of seaweed mostly hides underneath the sauce, it still adds like the extra note, a little something different to that. So that's good. Mm. I won't lie. I am disappointed with the steaks. I thought they would be like, the star of this stream, but that didn't really work as planned. Still, I'm glad I got to them finally. So you can make your own informed decision if you want to grab some. Uh, can't so much, but the pouched or bagged meals can be um, found quite easily on the Japanese websites. Obviously, you would need some, if you don't speak Japanese, you need some sort of uh, um, browser plugin to translate for you. And the price is actually quite reasonable. Promo comes with shipping, so bear that in mind. One thing you won't be able to get out of Japan unless you have a friend in there who's willing to bend rules for you is the FRH, because the pad is considered flammable, and technically it's not allowed to be shipped, whether by air or technically just by air, but the mail forwarding companies just don't want to do it at all. So bear that in mind. I almost lost it and some other stuff with it before. So yeah, the uh, Miri-Meshi, or do they have a different name for that as well? Pak-Meshi. Pak-Meshi, the pouched rations. They're not my favorite by very high up top. I said simple, clean flavors, done right. Cans, they are what they are. There's a reason why they swapped to different packaging. And the rice sticks, the sticks just need a lot of work to become a thing, I think. The idea is that maybe not the best choice of meals that would go in them. And they do need to work on the execution because on the other hand, they probably don't have too many additives and preservatives because of the way they're prepared. So if that's more important for you than the food quality, I guess you can go for it. Yeah, that's it for today. I'm going to finish my rice off cam. Looking forward to that, really. These work lunch one day. Let's just get myself properly miserable at work. Why not? Um, and I will be wrapping up for now. This is a look into JSDF, or Japanese Self-Defense Force emergency ration packs. I said cans, not a full rations. Got 2 full rations here. And the new, introduced in the recent years, rice sticks. I think that's my last meeting with Japanese rations. Given how hard they are to get into Poland from Japan, it's a bit not worth it. Although the quality is very nice, and I do appreciate the microwave rice. Inevitable, sorry about this stream is so disjointed and just bubbly today. I can't seem to put 2 thoughts together straight. Thank you for joining. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you next week, I guess. Yeah, there should be no issues next week. Okay. Thank you. See you at the out. Bye bye.